Welcome to another edition of Wellness Wednesday 3 Questions. This is a show where I simply ask my special guests 3 questions about mental health topics. And the purpose of the show is to unlearn some of the stigmas that people have about mental health. And so I have my special guest here today joining me, and I'll go ahead and ask her 3 questions. But before I do that, if you would like to be a guest on Wellness Wednesday 3 Questions, simply reach out to me via my website, www.ptaylorconsulting.com, or you can give me a phone call, and that phone number is 262-207-4130. Okay, so I'll go ahead and ask my special guest the first question, and that's simply for you to tell us who you are, please. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Georgia Isaac. I was born and pretty much half raised in Jamaica and moved to the States. It's been a journey. I have a background in mental health. I have worked with kids with abuse and neglect. I have worked with adults with physical and mental disability, and just been where I've worked with the Boys and Girls Clubs, just doing a lot of mentoringship and being a single mom, just being me and being an author, being a poet, just whatever. The sky is the limit, which they say, but actually it's not, so I just keep moving and keep progressing.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself. Second question is, why is mental health important to you, Ms. Isaac?
Well, mental health, I think it's always been important to me because growing up, I saw so much. I saw domestic violence. I've, had friends who dealt with being raped. It's just, you see it, but at the time growing up, you don't know that's what it is. That's what it's called. It's just, man, that family has a lot of issue, or man, they got a lot going on. Oh, that's just problems that they have that we don't have, so being in that environment, being that surrounding, I've come to realize like we have a lot of mental health issues in our community that we need to address. And I think I became more aware first doing mentoring with the Boys and Girls Club, and then from that doing internships, different type of internships with like kids with, it started off with kids with that has been abused and neglected. And I think working with that, I saw so much that the kids were dealing with in their home environment and just in their community, and just having the lack of resources. I became that person that's the go-to, being able to provide the resources that friends, families, and then being able to being employed, still provide that resources to the individuals that I work with, my coworkers. So mental health is so important to me because I've seen my friends, my families, and even dealing with some of it myself, through like the pregnancies and the lack of, and just being able to be strong and overcome it.
Okay, thank you for that answer. What I'm hearing, if I could just, kind of repeat it back, what I'm hearing is that mental health is important to you because you saw a lot of things growing up and people didn't have names for it. And so now you can recognize what that was, think back, look back and recognize, oh, that might've been depression. That might've been trauma, that might've been some anxiety or, whatever it is. So it's important to you, it sounds like, to kind of unlearn, oh, that's just how they are. That's just how, they are, to really put a name to it.
Yep, definitely.
Okay,
Definitely.
Good. I'm glad you said that because, the whole purpose of the show, again, is to eliminate stigmas with mental illness and with mental health. And so by saying that, I feel like a lot of families have gone through that. Not really knowing what a behavior is and kind of just writing it off as, that's just how that person is. That's part of their personality, as opposed to, no, it could be, could be depression. There's a name for anxiety. Okay, there's a name for, severe and persistent mental illness.
Yeah.
There's names for these, for these illnesses, just like physical illnesses. There's names for heart disease, you
Yeah.
know. So good. That's really, really good, because that does help to eliminate the stigma. Now, I want to piggyback off of your answer, because you said you're an author. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. And I want to ask you a question about stigma when it comes to mothering. So there's a huge stigma in the mental health arena when it comes to mothering. Mothering is a difficult job. It's
Yes, it is.
extremely difficult. And so can you help me and maybe incorporate some of what your book is about? Help me understand, or help our listeners understand, that it's okay for women or for mothers to be stressed, depressed, have anxiety. These things are important when it comes to mothering, because they'll come up, right? We're trying to raise tiny
definitely.
humans. So that's not an easy job. So help us understand the correlation between mental health and mothering.
Okay. Well, this journey started, I'm a single mom. Let's see. He's turning 16. So yeah, for almost 16 years. Yes, he's gonna be 16. And it's not something that I expected. As a mom, that's not your dream to be a single mom, and a year, if not 2 years ago, I think it was a little bit before the pandemic, I came and I was just so frustrated with myself, saying, okay, what else? I was tired of getting up every day and go working for somebody else. I said, because it didn't feel like I was doing it wasn't my purpose. And I lay in bed and I was like, okay, God, I need your help. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like what I'm good at, it's not being acknowledged. I don't feel like I'm walking in my purpose. And as I lay in that bed, I remember him saying, I've been showing you, I've been guiding you, but you haven't been listening. And I said, okay, so what do you need me to do? You love helping people, and I sat and I listened and I said, okay, I love helping people. I'm a mom, I'm great at it, and so it came and it was like, you're gonna write a book. And I was like, what? I'm gonna write a book? I don't even like English. I never did like English. And I said, okay, I came to you and I asked, and I said, well, what am I gonna write a book about? And it's a lot of people don't believe that's how this came about, but it is. I was tired, I was crying, I was fed up. And I was like, enough is enough. What else can I do? I know what I'm good at. And that next morning I wrote 7 pages of the book. And I was like, okay, I need help with this. And I sought out and I said, hey, I need help. And I sought out a gentleman who also wrote a book. He was incarcerated for a very long time. And out of his incarceration, he wrote a book, and he linked me up with the company Talk Solutions, and they helped me put it together. And part of that journey was, I don't watch the news, I don't read the newspaper, but on social media, there was a thing that came across the screen, and it was a young lady in Texas. She was a single mom, and she committed suicide. And the family talked about, we didn't know, or, we should have, it's the should have, would have, she was just so strong. We never felt we needed to check in with her. And that part, that just, and even bring me tears right now. Seeing and hearing that woman's story, it pushed me more to write this book, because as women, we walk around and we don't compliment each other. We're so we speak negative towards each other, not knowing each other's story. We need to be better. We need to do better. And that young lady's story, not even knowing her, but knowing the pain that she went through as a single mom, not knowing her own strength, not knowing the resources that she has around her. It drove me to write this book, Single Moms, Make Your Dream a Reality. It says, being a single mother that's not it. That's just not it. You have more. You have potential. As a woman, we need to be able to, because it's not just geared about single mom. It's geared to women being more positive towards each other, being women, empower each other, you know, just to say, girl, I got your back. No matter what, I got your back. You want to work on this? Let me help you. Let me figure out what else I can do. You know, it's to say, don't just put your life on hold because you're a mother now. No, you can still do it. See the resources that you have available in front of you. You may not see it right away, but be open to saying, you know what, let me look. Oh, we at the park. Well, there's another mom just saying hello. How was your day? Just to say, hey, you're not by yourself. You
I
know,
love that. I love that, Miss Isaac, because what I hear you saying is that, again, mothering is very difficult. And sometimes the stigma or the fear is if I reach out, I'll be seen as weak. Or if I
correct.
reach out, you know, I won't have everything in control. And that's okay. That's okay to look out for your resources, to see what's available, to connect, like you said, with other mothers and other women.
Yeah.
And so that's huge because, you know, if you're dealing with something like depression or anxiety or, you know, any of the other various mental illnesses, you need support. You
Yeah.
need support. And so that's what I hear you saying. So can you do me a favor and hold your book up once more, just so we can see? Okay, so Single Moms, Make Your Dream a Reality. Where can we find the book? I didn't want to end the show without, you know, you sharing that with us, because that's important.
Okay, it's available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Walmart.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Was there anything else that you wanted to share before we end our show?
I just want to personally thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. You know, you're doing so much. You're giving so much back to your community. And I truly appreciate that. And it's great to see, as a woman, another Black woman encouraging other Black women to say, hey, let's do this together. Let's work together, because our community is not seeing it. So let's be that face. Let's be the one to say it's okay to ask for help. Mental health is so high right now, but we've grown up to not ask for the help. So we're showing our peers, our community, saying, you know what? Hey, I might need counseling. It's okay. You know, don't look at it as I have a problem. Look at it as let me go talk to this person about some stuff, because sometimes we just need guidance. We just don't know. So I just truly want to say thank you. You know, you're doing a great job, and continue to.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I want to thank you for the book, and thank you for everything that you said today, because by showing up today, you've helped eliminate the stigma behind mental health treatment and mental illness, and, you know, just kind of really that connection that we need to kind of help us be better, be well. So this has been Wellness Wednesday 3 Questions. Again, if you would like to be a guest on the show, please reach out to me, www.ptaylorconsulting.com, or you can give me a phone call, and that phone number is 262-207-4130. Thank you so much, Miss Isaac.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you, everybody. Be well and stay blessed. Thank you.